Welcome to the Mystic Astrozen, your sacred space for astrology insights, tarot readings, healing wisdom, and soulful transformation. If you are a Scorpio, this message has found you for a reason, not by coincidence, but by cosmic design. Between July 11th and 13, a rare energetic window is opening just for you, one that speaks not through chaos but through stillness. Not through noise, but through numbers. You may have seen certain numbers repeating lately, in receipts, in times, in quiet moments of reflection, and wondered what they meant. This is your answer. 6 specific numbers are calling out to your soul, not simply as symbols, but as vibrational codes, living frequencies that are gently aligning you with healing, clarity, and your true purpose. These are not just lucky numbers, they are keys to unlock emotional renewal, spiritual insight, and even energetic shifts around your money, relationships, and identity. The universe is not asking you to do more right now. It is asking you to feel more, to become aware of what is already stirring beneath the surface of your life. You've been strong for too long. You've pushed through. You've carried weight that wasn't yours, and now, Scorpio, the energy is shifting. This sacred 3-day portal is about recalibration, a spiritual reset that begins when you surrender to silence, listen to your body's whispers, and finally, honor what your soul has known for months. It's time to realign. These 6 numbers are here not just to guide, but to awaken. They'll nudge your intuition, affirm your hidden truths, and reveal what needs to be released, so something greater can be received. And yes, part of this message may involve your abundance, your path forward, your financial rebirth, but it begins in the invisible, in your energy field, in the sacred pause between thoughts. Here at the Mystic Astrozen, we don't chase answers. Fair, we tune into frequencies, and this week those frequencies are clear, intentional, and divinely timed for Scorpio. If you've been feeling tired but unsure why, hopeful but hesitant to trust, or deeply intuitive but second-guessing yourself, know that you are not alone. This video isn't about predicting your fate. It's about reminding you that you are already aligned with something sacred, and all you have to do now is listen. So take a breath, soften your spirit, and let these numbers speak. Because once you understand the message they hold, you'll begin to feel something you may have forgotten you deserve: peace, clarity, and the quiet power of being exactly where you're meant to be. Numbers are more than just tools for measuring or counting. In the realm of the spirit, they become messengers. Each number holds a frequency, a vibration that moves quietly through the energy around us, gently nudging us toward remembrance and alignment. For Scorpio, a sign ruled by deep intuition and transformation, numbers are not accidental. They are encoded guidance sent from the universe to reach you in moments when logic fails and inner knowing takes over. During this sacred window from July 11 to 13, 6 specific numbers have entered your energetic space to awaken something already stirring within you. These are not ideas to analyze, but frequencies to feel. When you begin to pay attention to the numbers that repeat in your daily life, on clocks, in receipts, in dreams, you are beginning to listen to the language of your soul. You see, numerology isn't abstract magic. It's a direct reflection of the subtle energies shaping your path. These 6 numbers are coming into your life now to help you realign with truth, purpose, and peace. And not just spiritually, but practically. They will influence your intuition, your relationships, your ability to heal, and your relationship with money and stability. Think of them as sacred tuning forks, offering to bring your internal rhythm back into harmony with the cosmic rhythm. When your inner world is in tune, everything external starts to shift with more ease. You begin to attract rather than chase, respond rather than react, and embody rather than explain. This is what these numbers are here to do for you now. Not to overwhelm but to simplify. Not to complicate but to clarify. not to predict your life, but to help you step fully into it. There is a reason this 3-day window, July 11th to 13th, feels different. You may not be able to explain it with logic, but your body senses it. Your emotions have softened or deepened in ways you didn't expect. This is not your imagination. It is a cosmic invitation. The planetary movements during this time are forming a subtle but powerful energetic field around Scorpio, offering you a chance to pause, reflect, and reset. This is not a season of fast action or dramatic change. It is a moment of stillness, designed to bring you back to your center. Scorpio, you are a sign of extremes capable of intensity that most others cannot hold. But now the lesson is gentler. You are being asked to stop striving for control and instead begin listening. The moon's presence activates your inner tides, while Mercury invites you to slow your thoughts and speak with intention. Meanwhile, Pluto, your ruler, stirs your subconscious, guiding you to recognize what no longer aligns with your evolution. This is a sacred recalibration, a return to your original frequency before the world told you who to be. The numbers you will encounter during these days are not random. They will arrive as confirmations, nudges, and gentle reminders that your healing is not behind you. It is happening now. Your role is not to force clarity, but to create space for it. Listen to your dreams. Sit with your emotions. Honor what is quietly ending within you, and give it the blessing to go. In that sacred stillness, your next step will become clear, not through pressure, but through peace. The number 7 has always been sacred. Across cultures and spiritual traditions, it is seen as the number of the seeker, the mystic, the truth walker, who doesn't chase answers outside, but listens inward. For Scorpio, number 7 is not just a symbol, so it is a mirror. It reflects your inner depth, your unspoken wisdom, and your soul's quiet desire to understand what lies beneath the surface of all things. Between July 11th and 13, this number appears to awaken your intuition and guide you back to spiritual clarity. This is not about becoming something new. It is about remembering who you were before the world taught you to doubt yourself. Number 7 is a call to stillness, not silence. It asks you to slow down, not to disconnect, but to connect more deeply. You may notice a pull towards solitude during these days, not loneliness, but a sacred space where your own energy can breathe. Honor that. Step away from noise, from constant input, from the pressure to explain how you feel. This number tells you, your spirit already knows what your mind is trying to figure out. It's in the dream you had that lingers for days. It's in the moment your body tenses when something feels off. It's in the clarity that comes in the shower, the quiet car ride, the morning breath before the world wakes. That's your intuition speaking, not as a whisper, but as a full conversation waiting for your attention. Number 7 also invites you to look at what you've been overthinking. Scorpio is sharp, always analyzing, but that gift becomes a burden when your intuition is drowned by doubt. The answers you seek are not always linear. They don't always arrive in clear language or step-by-step plans. Sometimes they arrive as feelings, nudges, sensations in your body. Trust those. Your energy is recalibrating now, and number 7 is tuning your inner voice to a higher frequency. Don't be surprised if you begin sensing people's intentions more clearly, or if certain truths begin to rise without warning. You're not being paranoid, you're being prepared. This is the gift of number 7, a sharpened spirit and a softened heart. It teaches you that clarity doesn't come from doing more. It comes from being present with what already is. You do not need to search outside for validation. You are not missing anything. The wisdom you're chasing is already alive within you, waiting to be trusted. So light a candle, close your eyes, and let your intuition speak. Because this week the most powerful guidance won't be found in the noise. It will come from the silence you choose to honor. The number 2 carries a quiet power, one that many overlook because it does not demand attention, it invites it. For Scorpio, this number arrives between July 11th and 13 as a gentle force of emotional balance and sacred partnership. It speaks not just to your relationships with others, but to the relationship you hold with yourself. Number 2 calls you inward, asking whether you are living in harmony or in silent battle. Are you meeting yourself with compassion or only critique? Are you surrounding yourself with energies that nourish your spirit or ones that leave you depleted? This number wants you to see that peace is not something you wait for, it's something you choose. And that choice begins within. For a sign as fiercely independent and emotionally complex as Scorpio, balance is not always easy. You feel everything, even when you pretend not to. You protect yourself with silence, strength, and solitude. But number 2 reminds you that vulnerability is not a weakness. It is a sacred doorway to connection. You do not have to carry everything alone. You do not have to prove your worth by holding it all together. This is your time to allow support into your life, to create space for softness, and to open your heart to relationships that reflect mutual energy, not emotional labor. If someone cannot meet you in your depth, it is not your job to shrink. This is not the time to overextend, to fix, or to pour into empty wells. It is time to reclaim your emotional energy and invest it where it is seen, valued, and returned. Number 2 also represents divine timing, those moments when souls align, not by force, but by frequency. You may feel guided to reconnect with someone from your past, or to release someone who no longer fits the rhythm of your healing. Trust what feels calm, not chaotic. Peace is your compass now. And as you embrace this softer rhythm, you'll notice how much clearer everything becomes. Decisions will feel less forced. Your nervous system will begin to settle. Your boundaries will become an act of self-love, not isolation. And most importantly, you'll realize that emotional balance isn't about having everything perfect. It's about no longer abandoning yourself in the process of loving others. Scorpio, let number 2 show you how sacred harmony really is. Let it teach you that relationships should feel like home, not battlefields. And if no one else has told you this lately, you deserve love that doesn't ask you to earn it. You deserve presence, not pressure. You deserve to receive what you so often give. The universe is inviting you to step into emotional alignment. All you have to do is say yes. Number 9 is the number of endings, but not in the way most people fear. For Scorpio, a sign born under the cycle of death and rebirth, number 9 is not a threat. It is a sacred invitation. From July 11 to 13, this number enters your energetic field not to take something away from you, but to lovingly help you release what has already outlived its purpose. Endings are painful when we resist them, but number 9 shows you that closure is not punishment. It's permission. Permission to grow, to evolve, to move forward without guilt, and to honor the truth of what no longer fits. You may feel emotional, waves during these days, memories surfacing, relationships shifting, or inner attachments loosening. This is not a breakdown, this is clarity arriving through grace. Number 9 asks, what are you still carrying that your spirit has already let go of? Maybe it's a relationship that drains you, a belief that keeps you small, a habit that numbs rather than heals. Maybe it's the need to explain your pain to people who never listened, or the pressure to keep proving yourself to those who never truly saw you. Scorpio, you were never meant to hold the weight of unhealed worlds. You were meant to transmute pain into wisdom, endings into gateways. Number 9 appears now to gently close a chapter you've been afraid to finish. Not because you failed, but because you've outgrown the lesson. And once you allow yourself to release it with love, you make space for new blessings to enter. Grieving doesn't mean you're going backward. It means your heart is adjusting to freedom. Cry if you must. Write it out. Burn the old story in a candle's flame. Speak the goodbye you never got to say. Number 9 holds space for all of it. And as you release, you may begin to feel lighter, not because life is easier, but because your soul is finally unburdened. This number reminds you that every ending, no matter how quiet or loud, is also the beginning of something unseen. Scorpio, you are standing at the edge of a sacred threshold. You do not have to know what comes next to step forward. You only have to trust that releasing what is no longer yours is an act of self-respect, not loss. The universe is watching what you're brave enough to walk away from, because that's what determines what it's ready to bring you next. So honor the ending, bless it, thank it, and let number 9 guide you into the beautiful unknown you were always meant to enter. Number 3 arrives like a warm breeze after a long winter. For Scorpio, who often moves through life with intensity and emotional depth, this number brings a much-needed shift. A reminder that healing is not always heavy and growth doesn't have to be painful to be real. From July 11 to 13, this number opens a portal to creative expression and inner joy, inviting you to soften the edges of your spirit and reconnect with the light you may have hidden. Number 3 is the frequency of the artist, the truth teller, the soul who transforms emotion into creation. And Scorpio, you hold within you oceans of unspoken stories, passions you've silenced, and truths you've buried just to keep peace. But this number says now is the time to speak, to create, to move energy through color, sound, movement, and voice. You don't have to be a painter or musician. You only have to be honest. Say what you've been holding in. Write the words that ache to be released. Dance even if no one is watching. Sing even if your voice shakes. When you allow yourself to express freely, you open up new channels of healing that go beyond the mind. They reach your spirit. Number 3 also reminds you that joy is not a luxury. It is medicine, and your soul is craving it. Scorpio, you've been serious for so long. Focused, guarded, protective. You've worn strength like armor, and yes, it has served you. But now, your spirit is asking for something gentler, something brighter, something that reminds you that you are not just here to survive. You are here to feel joy, to experience wonder, to laugh until your body lets go of the tension it forgot it was carrying. This isn't denial, it's divine balance. The universe heals in rhythm, and number 3 is asking you to create your own rhythm now. Not one based on urgency or expectation, but one that honors your emotional flow and celebrates the truth of who you are. When you embrace joy, even in the middle of uncertainty, you remind your nervous system that safety is possible. And when you express yourself authentically, you attract people, opportunities, and blessings that match your true vibration, not the version of you that was just trying to hold it all together. So, Scorpio, let number 3 bring you back to the sacred act of creation. Whether it's a journal page, a spoken truth, or a quiet smile you give yourself in the mirror, let that expression be your offering to the universe. Your voice is not too much. Your joy is not naive, it is your natural state waiting to be remembered. Number 6 enters your energetic field as a gentle healer, and for Scorpio, it brings a message you may not have allowed yourself to hear in a long time. It's safe to come home to yourself. From July 11 to 13, this number carries the sacred vibration of inner harmony, emotional nurturing, and soulful rest. Scorpio, your strength often lies in transformation, in walking through fire, in rising from what others would never survive. But number 6 does not ask you to rise. It asks you to rest. It reminds you that healing does not always come through intensity. Sometimes it comes through softness, through tending to the quiet parts of you that have been ignored while you've been holding everything together. Your body is speaking. Your heart is speaking. Can you hear them? This number brings a tender invitation to slow down and return to the simple rituals that nourish you. Clean your space not to be productive, but to create peace. Eat food that loves you back. Wrap yourself in blankets that feel like comfort, not just warmth. Reconnect with your physical body as something sacred, not something to push through pain. Number 6 is about integration, the gentle weaving together of the emotional, the physical, and the spiritual. Scorpio, you've been powerful in your isolation, but you're not meant to live disconnected from care. Let yourself receive comfort. Let yourself be seen in your softness, not only your strength. If you've been pushing yourself to do more, be more, prove more, this number says, enough. You do not have to earn rest. You do not have to justify your need for tenderness. Your value is not in your productivity, it is in your presence. Number 6 also brings the energy of unconditional love, especially self-love. It is time to stop abandoning yourself in moments when you need yourself most. You are allowed to hold space for your pain without rushing to fix it. You are allowed to give yourself the gentleness you've offered to everyone else. And in doing so, you activate a frequency that calls in people, relationships, and experiences that reflect that same nurturing energy back to you. Harmony is not about perfection. It's about feeling safe in your own spirit. And when that safety is restored, everything in your life begins to align. Your health, your emotions, your finances, and your relationships. Scorpio, let number 6 remind you that coming home to yourself is not weakness. It is sacred power. The universe is not asking you to go faster. It is asking you to listen, to breathe, and to remember that you are worthy of peace, not just survival. Let this be the season where healing becomes your lifestyle, not just your recovery. Number 11 is not just another number. It is a portal, a mirror, and a calling. And between July 11 and 13, Scorpio, it's opening just for you. Often called the master number, 11 appears when your soul is ready to receive a higher frequency. Solve truth. This is the number of divine insight, spiritual awakening, and intuitive expansion. For a sign like Scorpio, who already lives between the seen and unseen, number 11 is both a confirmation and a challenge. It confirms that your recent inner nudges, strange synchronicities, and recurring dreams are not coincidences. They are messages. The universe has been whispering through repeating numbers, through sudden clarity in quiet moments, through people who say exactly what you needed to hear without knowing why. And now number 11 is here to turn the volume up. It invites you to trust what you feel more than what you're told. It asks you to stop doubting your insight, to stop shrinking your wisdom to make others comfortable, and to walk with the knowing that you are being guided, always. Scorpio, this number shows up when the veil is thin, when your intuition is ready to lead, and when the old version of you can no longer hold the new vibration that wants to emerge. But 11 also brings responsibility. You are being activated not for ego but for service. To your truth, to your path, to your spiritual evolution. You may feel an urge to study something new, to revisit an old practice, to reconnect with your soul rituals. Follow that pull. You may be called to release beliefs that once protected you, but now limit your growth. Honor that too. You are being positioned for a divine upgrade, but you must walk through the threshold with both trust and surrender. Number 11 is a reminder that awakening isn't always comfortable, but it is always purposeful. It dismantles the false so you can embody the real. It clears the noise so you can hear the call. And it expands your perspective so you stop asking small questions about survival and start receiving sacred answers about your mission. This is your time, Scorpio. Let your gifts rise. Let your intuition lead. Let your inner voice guide you home. You are not imagining this shift, you are becoming it. And once you embrace it, your energy will begin to magnetize exactly what aligns with your higher self. The right people, the right timing, the right path. All of it begins here, with number 11 lighting the way from within. We often think of money as something purely material, something to chase, manage, or worry about. But in the realm of energy, money is not just a transaction, it is a frequency. It flows where alignment exists. It multiplies where trust is rooted. And during this sacred window from July 11 to 13, Scorpio, the 6 numbers speaking to your soul are not only guiding your healing and clarity, they are subtly reconfiguring your relationship with abundance. Each of these numbers carries a unique frequency that, when embraced, activates something within your financial field. The number 7 sharpens your inner radar. When it shows up, trust your money instincts. That sudden pull toward an idea, that quiet voice saying not yet or try this differently, that's not fear, it's divine discernment. Number 2 reminds you that abundance is amplified in sacred partnership. Look around. Are you building alone out of pride, or are you open to aligned collaboration? The universe often sends financial breakthroughs through people, not just events. Number 9 invites a necessary release. This could be a draining subscription, a toxic job, a mindset rooted in scarcity. Let it go. Endings clear energetic space for wealth to arrive with ease, not resistance. Number 3 reactivates your creative channels. This is where your soul's gifts can become income streams, not just hobbies. Your joy is magnetic. When you create from authenticity, prosperity follows naturally. Number 6 draws you back into balance. Money cannot flow where chaos rules. Clean your space. Regulate your nervous system. Return to your rhythm. This is where financial clarity lives. And finally, number 11 brings divine upgrades. If you felt a shift in what you value, in how you want to earn, or in what success means to you, honor it. You're not broken. You're just evolving out of outdated wealth patterns and into a soul-led model of abundance. You are no longer chasing money out of fear. You are allowing it to find you through alignment. Scorpio, your next financial breakthrough is not about hustle. It's about harmony. It's about saying no to what depletes, saying yes to what nourishes, and listening when the universe asks you to trust the unseen. Your worth is not tied to your output. It is reflected in how deeply you are willing to honor your own energy. When you do that, money flows. Opportunities align. Resources show up. Not because you forced them, but because you became a vibrational match for the wealth that was already meant for you. Let these 6 numbers realign your financial field, not just in your bank account, but in your beliefs, your body, and your breath. This is abundance as a way of being. Scorpio, these 6 numbers, I7, 2, 9, 3, 6, and 11, are not just symbols passing through your life. They are sacred frequencies woven into your path, guiding you back to yourself. They've arrived during this 3-day cosmic window, not to overwhelm you, but to remind you of the wisdom that already lives within your soul. Each one holds a key, a message, a gentle activation. One calls you to trust your intuition. Another urges you to release the past. One softens your heart towards self-love, while another reignites your passion to create, to express, to live with purpose. Together they are tuning your spirit to a higher rhythm, one where clarity replaces confusion, alignment replaces chaos, and receiving replaces chasing. This is not about having all the answers. It's about remembering that you are already walking the path, and these numbers are just signposts helping you stay aligned with your higher self. You don't need to force what's next. You don't need to rush to understand every message. Just stay open. Pay attention. Feel what shifts. These subtle shifts are not small. They are the very foundations of transformation. And if you've made it to this point in the message, it means your soul is ready. Ready to let go of the old narrative. Ready to reclaim peace. Ready to receive what the universe has been holding for you all along. At the Mystic Astrozen, we are here to help you decode the language of the cosmos, to walk with you as you turn confusion into clarity and wounds into wisdom. If this message spoke to your heart, If you felt even one word resonate deeply, I invite you to honor that feeling. Like this video, share it with someone who may need it, and subscribe to this sacred space where astrology meets healing and destiny begins to unfold. Drop a Scorpio in the comments if you feel the numbers speaking to you this week. Let us know which one stirred something inside you. And remember, transformation isn't always loud. Sometimes it begins in a quiet breath, a silent release, or a single sign you didn't ignore. The universe speaks in numbers, in moments, in feelings. You are not behind, you are not lost, you are being guided home.